Is this thing on? Hello? I can't tell.
We'll find out about.
We'll find out in about 3 seconds. But I forgot to I forgot to share the link in Discord. That's my bad. I should have done that first. I'm a silly goose sometimes.
You are live. You are live, my dude.
Ah, yes, it worked. There's always that moment of self-doubt, right? Where like, is technology going to work today? I don't really know.
Something like that.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to week 1 of the FPL. My name is Ethan, and I'm joined by my good friend Fataliss here.
Hello.
And our goal, or I shouldn't say our goal, what we're doing today is we are going to be watching back every episode, or not every episode, every battle of week 1 of the FPL, the Fataliss Pokemon League. We are currently live on my channel, HardCap Games, so make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. If you're seeing this after the fact on YouTube, or if you're seeing it right now, we're going to go through a handful of things. And we got 8 battles to watch. We might be joined at some point by some people, some of our competitors. But I think we're going to start with mine and Magnus's battle, which didn't go well. But
it was rough for you, man.
it was real rough. Let me just finish something real quick. Okay, cool. We are good to go. Now, pada! I don't know what that was. So, when I come over here, we can take a look and see that everything's going pretty poorly if you're me. Oops, I need to be on top. Like this. Ah, there we go.
I didn't even see Mimikyu in 8th there. What the hell?
Oh yeah, Mimikyu's in 8th there. So I don't know why, but I still can't get this SUI to fix for you. We're going to come over here. We're going to watch the first match coming up first. I don't know if Magnus is here. Oh, Magnus is here. Oh my goodness.
Oh, hurrah.
Can I get my chat to pop out, or did everything just freeze on me? Oh, it did for a moment. Pop out chat. Now, Magnus, because you're here, did you want to pop into the call and talk to us about the battle? Because we can get you on in here if you want to do that. Otherwise, we're just gonna hop right into it and watch this battle back. We're gonna turn the music off because that is so loud when we do that.
I think I've only watched this battle like once. I don't think I've seen it any other time.
I've watched it 3 or 4 times at this point because of how poorly it goes for me. We're gonna watch it from my perspective, just so you can all see what I see. Too tired to speak English? All right, fair enough. Magnus will stay in the chat and he can type. I totally get that. Well, I guess I don't speak any other languages, but I understand being too tired to do things. So let's start off with this battle right here. I brought Baxcalibur, Gengar, Slowking, Chestnut, Sandslash, and Volcarona. He brought Cyclizar, Manaphy, Pawmot, Quillfish, Spectrier, and Tinkaton. Excuse me. Now, the problem here is that I was fully expecting to see a vastly different team from the get-go. I thought Quillfish was possible. I thought Tinkaton was a guarantee. I thought Spectrier was a likely bring. I didn't think Cyclizar was coming at all. I knew Manaphy was coming, and I figured Pawmot would come as well. But the Cyclizar really threw me off at first because I was really expecting to see either Gliscor or Suian Arcanine. So I think early on I got sat back in a I got sat back being complacent with the fact that I didn't have to deal with either of those things. Other problem was my Gengar was set up specifically to actually neutralize, not take out, but just neutralize the effect of a Gliscor. The only part of this matchup was that if you wanted to be tryhard, you could bring Hardstall plus Volk and or Baxcalibur. I thought about that. So the Gengar, for full disclosure, was a Pecha Berry trick set to trick it onto the Gliscor to take the Toxic Orb away from it and heal the poison, which would neutralize it. He could do it because he was built to be fast enough to outspeed, and he was bulky enough to live a... Well, he's naturally outspeeds anyways, but he would outspeed a standard Gliscor, and he would trick a Pecha Berry onto him. And then he'd live the Earthquake afterwards. So that was kind of my ideal
I thought
Gengar.
that was pretty smart.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty smart too, but then obviously Gliscor doesn't come. So now I'm essentially fighting a 5v6 because my Gengar has no special attack investment whatsoever.
Yeah.
So he was not built to do anything other than live and trick it onto him. At least a Moxie was between me trying to break your stall without losing to your setup sweepers, or lose a long term to your stall, or get swept. Prepped around that. Yeah, I understand that part. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. I had no idea what any of this was. I saw a lot of this, and I was very confused when we first start. So we're going to start. He's going to open with Quillfish. Quillfish... very likely bring or likely lead. If you see a Quillfish, it's probably going to be leading a lot of the time. But so that's kind of why I led Sandslash, also because Sandslash could really deal with a handful of things here on the board. He's going to flip turn on out and go into Palmot, and I'm going to be super excited for a second. If you watch my video, I'm popping off at this exact moment. I'm losing my mind. So I'm like, oh my god, he just switched into this. Why did he do that? He probably thought I was going to try and set up rocks or something. Not the case. He's got an air balloon. He's immune to Earthquake. I'm like, alright, well, that kind of stinks. He's going to encore me into doing Earthquake.
It was so rough. I saw the balloon and I was just like, oh no.
Yeah, I saw the balloon too and I was like, oh, this is going to be a long battle. Quillfish was the mon he needed the least not to lose. Put him on the team over Gliscor. Yeah, I mean, Quillfish is always a really solid brain.
I'm very surprised you went for the Chestnut set that you did. I generally thought you would have brought Spiky Shield.
You know, I thought about it, but then I was like, okay, but if he gets low, he gets kind of in trouble. Yeah, so I had originally a Spiky Shield set. That if you go watch my video, you can see it, but it was essentially a loaded dice, bullet seed, and pin missile set. He doesn't get Rock Blast, which is unfortunate. I would have had that too, but that set specifically beat Manaphy and Meowscarada, but then I decided last second, I was like, that's really circumstantial, and it's also entirely reliant on me getting all 5, not just the 4, but all 5 to make it work most of the time. So it was unfortunate. So I switch into Chestnut here, and he Terras, goes for Double Shock, which is what I expected him to do. And he goes back into Quillfish on his swap, and I get off a knockoff, which was sweet. Getting rid of a lefties on this guy's always funny.
Oh, for sure.
Loaded dice I was afraid of, which could have stopped my Manaphy sweep. But then I saw the helmet and knew I could substall the Trick Room turns. Yeah. In retrospect, I should have put it back on. I shouldn't have changed that. That was my mistake. So I go back into Sandslash, take a Toxic. That wasn't my best move, but I don't have a Steel type other than Sliggoo Hisui, so I decided not to bring it. Flip turn, and he's gonna go back out into it. He had lefties over Black Sludge. Really? Oh yeah. Oh, specifically for Trick Gengar. Oh, okay. So you thought ahead to the Trick Gengar. Interesting. Okay. So I'm gonna pop the balloon.
That is interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop the balloon. He's gonna go back into Quillfish. So he's now switched back and forth between Quillfish and Palmot 4 times in 7 turns. Didn't want you to trick it at something else.
It's literally mean the Quillfish and Palmot just switch in, switch out, switch in, switch out.
Yep, and here comes the Manaphy, and this is where I lose. So on this turn, I go for a Trick Room. This is turn 9, by the way. I'm going to switch into Chestnut. He's going to get off a Tail Glow. And at this point, I start doing the calcs in my head, and I realize it's pretty much over for me. I didn't have anything that could live a Scald or a Dazzling Gleam or anything from this at this point. So I'm just going to try and get rid of it as much as I can. He's going to double sub. And I'm going to go for a Wood Hammer. It's going to knock me down more. He's going to sub one more time. So he's just really messing with me here. I get the Synthesis. He goes for sub again. So he's burning subs. He stalls out the Trick Room like he wanted to do, and now he's able to just run through me. He gets off a Dazzling Gleam into Chestnut. Gengar comes out. I do get a Sludge Bomb off, which crits and gets rid of the sub, but he scalds me. And
I think if you had Torn, you could have really ruined this Manaphy.
Fight who?
You could have easily ruined this Manaphy with Torn. I don't think it would have been able to do much other than that.
With Tornadus?
No, just Taunt, as in the move.
Taunt. Okay. I thought you said Thorn. I was like, who's Thorn? Ferrothorn's not in the game, dude.
No. Ferrothorn's not in the game, no.
MTB said he was scared of how I played the end game until Volt came out too early. Yeah, I did misplay the end tier. The reason I misplayed the end tier, right, was because I had this fully Trick Room setup Slowking. I totally misplayed this. I needed to what I needed to do was get into Volcarona earlier. But I wanted to try and set up and get rid of it with Baxcalibur. I should have gone into Volcarona to see if I can get rid of it. But that's my mistake. So he goes for another sub. I put Trick Room back up, and this was my other mistake. It was because at this point now, Volcarona is no longer faster than him. So I'm going to Chilly Reception out. I'm going to go into Haruden. He's going to get another Tail Glow off. He was probably expecting that switch. And now he's up max. Yeah. And this is the end for me. So he's going to get off a D-Gleam. I'm going to go back into, I believe, Sand Slash is next, and he's already pretty low. He's going to get off an Earthquake, which is pretty sweet. Skull's going to come out. And at this point, I should have gone back into Slowking to stall out the last 2 turns of Trick Room, but I didn't. I went to Volcarona instead. That was my biggest mistake, because if I had gotten rid of this thing, I probably, if I got into Slowking first, I probably could have set up a Quiver Dance after the Manaphy's gone, and I might have been able to sweep from there. I think it's very possible that could have happened, but instead I played it poorly, and I'm left with just Slowking, who doesn't have the offensive firepower to break through a dude here. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. He's going to get off 2 Dazzling Gleams. I'm going to crit and get rid of the sub one more time, but he's going to get rid of me. So I lose a 6-0, which is not the best way.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate matchup, I think.
Yeah, that's probably the worst way I could start this. Yeah, Magnus is saying that he thinks that I played perfectly until Gengar died, or after Gengar died until Volcarona came out. I would probably agree with that.
Yeah, I think if you brought in Slowking before you brought in Volk, I think you could have probably reverse sweeped.
Yeah.
You would have just had to have gotten rid of the Quillfish.
Yeah, I don't know what he has on his team that can that can OHKO, because I don't. He did send me his sets afterwards to show me what he had, but I mean, in looking at it in post, he would have to sack pretty much everything. I do know that he was Dragon. He's saying that right now. He was Assault Fest Dragon Tail Cyclozar. So if I had gone into Volk first and somehow gotten rid of it, he would just Dragon Tailed me out on my Quiver Dance. But if he's the last one there, Dragon Tail doesn't work. It still does the damage, but it doesn't get me off the field. So unfortunate way to lose week 1. This week I take on Kyle. We're gonna see Kyle play in just a few minutes. Yeah, I think that the team I had wasn't totally terrible. I think I probably should have anticipated that. I probably should have anticipated Gliscor wasn't coming, specifically because of the what's he called, Baxcalibur. But I thought there was a chance that he would bring it for like most of my other things. I thought that he was going to bring it for Volcarona or Talonflame, and would be able to just really set up on me. Now, I do want to point out that we do have some roster moves that have been happening throughout the league since week 1 ended. One of which is actually Magnus. He has decided that he is going to be dropping, who was it? Quillfish, who's right here, Arcanine, Heatweet, and Pilliswine, and picking up Dondozo, Delphox, and Swalot instead, which does total up to the same amount of points. So he uses 3 of his free agency moves after week 1, and you can't use free agency moves after week 5 anyways. So he's making a bold move pretty early. I do know it's a response to the moves that CritCap, who is his next opponent, made. But I think in the long run, actually, I do like those moves. Dondozo is a little tricky to use, but Dondozo does output a lot of power. He's pretty bulky. Delphox hits pretty. Delphox is an interesting pick for sure. The fire and psychic type is.
I like the what's it, magician, as well.
That's he has cool magician, ability, which is pretty sweet. Swalot, I think he just probably grabs Swalot because it's a poison type.
Stockpile stuff.
Stockpile is funny. It's always funny to get off a stockpile on someone. I think you're trying to bring bulky offense made it a lot more uphill for me. Not impossible. You have to work really hard to win in a BO versus BO matchup. Magician White Herb Overheat is pretty funny. I would respect it if you brought that. I would respect it. All right. Let's move on to the next one. I have no idea which order they're in right here. I just clicked them. So the next one is Spice Coast, and this is Tanner's team. So this is... Hold on.
This was quite the matchup, if I remember correctly.
This one... Yeah. Oh, yeah. This one kind of came down to the wire here. That's right. Yes.
That Rabombi really caused some problems, if I remember.
Wait, is this Spice Coast? No, sorry. This is Spice Coast versus my bad. Versus Farl. This is Farl.
Ah.
Yeah, for our draft, it's a lot easier for me to win in a BO versus BO matchup, so I think Stall was the play for you. This is a 4-fun league. Yeah, I didn't want to be too obnoxious in my first match. Also, I don't really know how to play Stall yet. I'm still trying to figure that part out. So, as the year goes on, I will try and use Stall again. And I have the ultimate Stallmon to do so.
Garg. The ultimate beast.
Oh, my little boy Gargy. Alright, so this is Farl versus Spice Coast. This is a heck of a match here. So let's just jump into it. Oops. So so Spice Coast brings Garchomp, Mew, Fortress, Snorlax, Iron Bundle, and Sylveon. And Farl brings Salazzle, Goldengo, Weavile, Rabombi, Iron Valiant, and Dragonite. I like the looks of both of these teams against each other. And as this match goes on, it becomes pretty clear to me that this is a pretty good match. So we're going to lead with Sylveon and Rabombi. Sylveon's going to set up Sticky Webs, and Sylveon's is going to get right on out of there after the Sticky Webs. So he kind of just lets him get up for free. It's interesting. Stall's easier to pilot and trick him. Rabombi's going to fire off a Moonblast, which is going to drop special attack. Doesn't really matter, though, because we are just going to curse that right away. And Rabombi's now like, oh, shoot, got to get out of here. Goes into the right guy, predicts the body slam. Goldengo comes in, misses a Focus Blast, which really, really stinks. and just goes
That
down
does
immediately
stink,
to a
man.
Goldango. Hey, Farrell. Welcome on in. Play this game poorly? Well, it worked out for you in the end, didn't it? I will say, I'm not gonna blame that one on you, because if you hit that Focus Blast, you 100% take him out. Not a doubt in my mind that he dies to a Focus Blast. It's unfortunate that you got the 30% roll on that one, but it comes in.
I was
Iron
shocked he
Valiant.
ran Focus Mist though.
Which one? Oh yeah, Focus Mist.
I was
Miss?
I was
Yeah.
shocked he ran it, but
Yeah,
that's what it is.
I'm not a huge fan of Focus Blast. I feel like I always will try and find a move that's at least 90% accurate before I use one of these 70s.
I mean, you've always got like Aura Spear, but I don't think Goldango learns it.
I don't think so. I don't think he does. That'd be a great move for him to get, but he's already pretty good.
Yeah.
He's gonna take Iron Valiant's gonna set up using his booster energy, which is gonna be speed, and then it's gonna fire off a Swords Dance, but take a huge body slam, which is not gonna go well for it. He is gonna pick up the kill on Snorlax though, which is good. That gets rid of a big problem for him pretty early. The Fire Punch and the Sturdy triggers, and Fortress is gonna pick up a gigantic trophy kill. It's going to get it a lot of points in the standings. The Kustat Berry is crazy, though. That's a crazy set for Spice to bring.
I thought that was crazy. I saw
when I saw that, I was like, "Wait, what the heck is a Kustat Berry?" And I had to look it up. The Kustat Berry doesn't do didn't do anything up until a couple of years ago. Oh, sorry, it's a Gen 4. It's a Gen 4 berry. It allows the holder to move first in its priority bracket when its HP is below 1/4. So that's insane. that he thought of that. I never would have thought of that.
It's smart.
So I'm gonna give Spice some major props there. That's crazy. Yeah,
he got rocks up quite nicely as well.
Kustat Blacks,
awesome.
Oh yeah, Kustat Snorlax could be kind of crazy. Oh, when you thought you were getting exploded on, actually that's what I would do.
That would have been great.
I would do that. I would Kustat into explosion. Now that I know what that berry does, oh yeah. So we're gonna get the Stealth Rocks up, and the Sticky Webs come back. Moonblast is gonna take out the Fortress. It's all right. The Fortress did the most amount of work so far. Mew comes out. Mew comes out and eats a Moonblast and gets up a Calm Mind in the same turn. Belly Drum Kustat Explosion. Jeez. Oh my god. Self-destruct. Okay, yeah, sure. Terrasilize into the Fairy type. Moonblast takes a little bit less. And this Draining Kiss is going to do so much damage to Rabombi.
Oof.
U-Turn does practically nothing, and Draining Kiss gets a little bit of HP back from Mew. Mew is a lefty set with Calm Mind and Draining Kiss, which I really like that set. Taking the Toxic on Garchomp feels like the best idea here.
Yeah.
Considering you don't have Fortress to switch into.
There wasn't really any other Pokemon who could take it.
Yeah. It does put Garchomp on a timer, and he's going to miss the Stone Edge, which absolutely stinks. Because now he's forced to get out of here with the Rabombi switching in.
Yeah.
And now Sylveon being -1, or sorry, -2 after. He got two Moonblast drops in a row, which is
that's really lucky.
The rocks did do a ton of damage to you in this game. I would argue that your Sticky Webs worked really well though. Kept you in it. Except for on the Sylveon who had boots. Hyper Voice is going to take out and he's going to get the Wish back, which is huge for Sylveon. But yeah, there go the boots. You got 4 Skullburns in a row. Well, we're going to see when we get to Kyle's battle. We're going to see what happens when you're the King of the Hacks. We're going to officially declare Week 1 King of the Hacks. He's going to Baton Pass out to Mew, and Mew takes the 0.5 special attack from the Baton Pass. And he's going to switch right back into Garchomp. So I didn't entirely understand that sequence of events from Spice.
Yeah, that was an interesting play.
Yeah,
You would have thought straight away, maybe you should have gone for the earthquake, but no, at the same
yeah. I
time,
mean,
you've got to respect the play.
You've got a Salazzle. Yeah, I mean, I completely understand why you did that, Farrell. I mean, it's I would do it too, because there's no reason for a Sylveon to be sitting in front of a Salazzle that long. And then he baton passes his 0.5 to Mew, who's also a fairy type. And then he switches into Garchomp. Spice, I know Spice was disappointed in how they played this. Spice ends up being in a pretty good spot for the end of this game here. And then just a sequence of unfortunate events isn't going to work in their favor. The Dragonite's going to go down here for the Iron Bundle, which is great. Iron Bundle's going to live it, take it out.
That was a very lucky E-Speed live there.
It was a very lucky E-Speed live, because that E-Speed does so much damage. And he's going to lose to the Ice Shard there, which he's at 3% anyways. I don't know what he was going to do to this fighting type Weavile. Weavile's going to switch back out and take more rocks damage. Mew's gonna, and he's got, so the problem right now for Spice, right, is that he's got 2 fairy types and a dragon type, and the opponent has a fighting type and a poison type. So on paper, if Mew has a psychic type move, he should win this battle. But Salazzle's going to go for a knockoff. He's going to lose 6% and lose that. So I have to imagine that Spice doesn't have a psychic type move.
It's a bit of a strange call, that one. I would have thought you would have given it maybe psychic.
Yeah. We don't see another move out of this Mew as far as I'm aware. The Calcon Iron Bundle is Ice Beam, O-Coast, and Multi-Scale, and Freeze Dry 2 Coast. Whoa. So, Protect, Calm Mind. He's going to try and set up again, which is interesting. The Flamethrower is only going to do a little bit of chip damage onto this thing. Now, at this point, right, we've seen Draining Kiss, we've seen Dark Pulse, we've seen Calm Mind, and I don't understand what happens next. Why does Spice switch? Spice wins the game if he stays in. Unless,
yeah, I was going to say.
Unless Spice over here, because Spice was lefties. Spice should have stayed in and probably have gone for a he probably should have gone for a Draining Kiss. He probably wins this battle straight up right now. But instead Garchomp's going to come in and get Ice Spinnered. And then Sylveon's going to get Ice Spinnered and try to Wish, which is all well and good. But now Mew's going to take an Ice Spinner and die as well.
Yeah.
And Weavile's going to complete the reverse 4-0 to win the battle for Farrell 1-0. Farrell played that really well towards the end there. Farrell,
I think Spice was just really unfortunate.
I think it's really unfortunate for Spice. I think Spice should have just stayed in, though, where they were.
For sure. I don't think there was a reason for him to switch. I mean, I can kind of see why, because we've all outsped. But
yeah,
at the same time, that there was a risk waiting to be taken, and the risk should have been taken.
And Farrell, were you choiced into an item or into a move here? Because I noticed you went for Spinner the last 4 turns in a row. So if you were like Bandit or something, I understand why he would go for that. At least a little bit more, but at the end of the day, this is still an Ice type. So you were Expert. Oh, Expert Belt.
Expert Belt. Oh, okay.
Okay. That's why I was doing damage. Yes. I completely agree, Magnus. He says something I'm hoping this league is noticing, people playing and prepping better every week. I think that as the season goes on, especially if people are watching these battles, they're going to start to see this is what's going on with this guy. This is what's going on with this guy. This is what they like to do, what these guys like to do, and I think it'll be a little bit different for everyone. So, move on to the next one. Let's talk about Crit Cap and Justin.
I I don't
Now,
think I actually watched this battle, to be fair.
you didn't or did?
I don't think I did.
Oh. Well, it's a pretty good battle, I think, in my personal opinion.
The Ogerpon matchups.
Yeah, so we're going to open the season here with a matchup of two Ogerpons, one being Ogerpon Alpha, one being Ogerpon Beta. HardCap here has opted to bring the grass form, and Justin has brought the rock form. HardCap also has Mamoswine, Gudra, Rotom Wash, Mandibuzz, and King Gambit, whereas Justin has brought Klefki, Slowbro, Landorus Therian, Cerulege, and Glamora. Off the bat, I love both of these.
Oh, for sure. Klefki's great.
Hey, HardCap, what's going on? Welcome on in. We're just starting your battle, so you're right in time.
Good coincidence.
So, HardCap, if you have any input that you would like to submit to the audience, feel free to put it in here. But otherwise, we're just gonna I'm gonna commentate this. Klefki's gonna open with Reflect. That's huge for Klefki. Otherwise, this Klefki is absolutely getting smoked right now. I mean, because Reflect does what? Takes away half the damage? Oh, you've been lurking? Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Reflect does half, or it takes away half damage. And this Earthquake does 48%. That means this Klefki would be sitting at, what, 4%?
4%, yeah.
That's well within striking range for any of these Pokemon to take it out. Klefki has to stay alive. Klefki's going to get up both of its screens right away. It'll be sitting at 8 when it's all said and done after the rolls. He's going to swap
imagine if the Klefki play rough right there.
That would have been nuts for a play rough from Klefki, but instead he's going to swap into Landorus. We're going to see a double swap on the same turn. Reflect only has 2 left. Light Screen only has 3. So I don't believe Klefki was holding Light Clay to extend them. He's going to get off a Stone Edge, though, which is pretty sweet. And HardCap with, in my opinion, a great defog right there just to get rid of those rocks. He's going to roost up on the Glamora switch. I think that HardCap just plays this super well. He switches into a Sludge Wave, and he takes the Defiant boost as well. He's going to get off an Iron Head into Landorus and Sucker Punch it dead. He plays this really well, in my opinion.
Oh, for sure. This King Gambit could just go on a reverse sweep right now.
He could, yeah. The King Gambit is such a... It's always so tough to take out because he's so strong and he has Defiant. Or he could have Supreme Overlord, which is tough to deal with. For sure. So I think he's in a really commanding position right off the bat. Klefki is so low you basically can't try and set it up again without it dying. And he's outplayed Justin twice with the Glamora swap and with the roost on Glamora, the defog to get the things away. So now Klefki's first 2 turns are essentially useless. He brings double Defiant against double Intimidate. Or just one Intimidate? Yeah, it's just one Intimidate.
It's one Intimidate.
One Intimidate. Yeah, this is... Right off the bat, HardCap's in a very commanding position. Oh yeah, you know what he says? He brought two Defiants because Justin has 2 Intimidate users on his team overall. He only brought one of them. Kowtow Cleave is going to activate Focus Sash, Shadow Sneak. It's going to out-prioritize the Sucker Punch. Oh yeah, Gyarados.
I was waiting to see the weakness policy, to be honest.
Yeah, I was
weak Artma, sorry.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting that as well. I understand why he went for the Shadow Sneak, because otherwise Sucker Punch does just take him out. That is 100% the clicked move every single time. But now Cerulege is in a position where it can't really safely go for anything, because he's outsped by a Sucker Punch and by Ogerpon, which are the 2 things you want to throw that Bitter Blade into. on this team. So now he's
Yeah, I mean,
in a real
Mamo's
tough
there,
position.
but it's probably running thick fat.
Yep, he's going to get a Kowtow Cleave off on the Slowbro, which is going to get his Yawn off, which saves Justin for another turn, because now you have to get the Defiant Mon out of there. Double back into Slowbro, Volt Switch is just going to take it out.
Ooh, what a read.
That's a great read by CritCap to get right there. I do want to point out, CritCap and I came up with our names individually. We are not associated whatsoever. Well, we are. I do know him, but his name is not reflective of mine. Yeah, you don't want to miss the Hydro Pump. That's a great point. You don't want to miss the Hydro Pump, because Hydro Pump always misses. I've never seen a Hydro Pump hit.
So what's as bad as Focus Blast?
Yeah, it's a base 70. I don't mess with base 70s.
Nah.
We're gonna see the Cerulege go down. Glamora comes out, gets a Sludge Wave. And the Earthquake is going to activate another Focus Sash. There's a couple Sashes on this team. I'm going to scatter the Toxic Debris. It did, yeah. And I believe at this point, we're just going to see Mamoswine. He's an Assault Vest set, and I think Mamoswine's just going to sweep from here. He's going to take out the last couple Mons, and Klefki's going to... Oh, no, never mind. He goes into Rotom.
He could have Ice Shot it. I actually think it would have killed.
Yeah, so CritCap, since you're in here right now, why didn't you just Ice Shard to take out the Klefki and get a 4-0 sweep with it? Because I think that was a very almost not quite like obvious thing to do, but I think it goes well for you most of the time. Max attack, max speed, adamant nature, assault vest. I mean, I don't see a world in which Ice Shard doesn't kill from 8%, right?
It had no screens up. I mean, I guess if it was maybe max defense Klefki, but I'm not sure.
He has Terra Steel Rotom to play it safe and KO. I guess. That's fair. No, we have not done your battle next. Oh, Nova, your battle is next, actually. So... You prefer differential to kill leader? You know, that's very fair. That's fair. I get that. Okay. I think CritCap played this very well. They're going to get a 6-0 onto Justin. I think Justin had some good stuff here. I think that he just didn't have really an answer from Mamoswine, which made it very difficult. I think that he had an answer. I think he had a way to answer most things, except for King Gambit.
King Gambit. I think King Gambit gave him a lot of issues.
Yeah, when Lando took, what was it, like 85% or something from Ironhead or Kowtow Cleave or whatever it was. Yeah, Ironhead did 83% at that point. His way of really beating this thing kind of went away. So, Terrified and Noivern and Toadscruel. Yeah, I mean, those things are really solid. I completely understand why you'd be afraid of them.
If he brought the water Ogre Pond this week, I actually think he probably would have done a little better.
Mm-hmm.
Especially matching up against Mamoswine. Could help you against the King Gambit as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
But it is what it is.
It is what it is. I think Justin's got a good team. I think that... now, granted, I did help CritCap prep, so I know his team a little bit better. There were some things that we were nervous of, but I think overall the team that CritCap brought was really good into his opponent.
Yeah.
Let's move on and talk about Supernova versus Tanner. Now, this is a matchup that we said early on that we definitely want to take a look at. Because these are two very good rosters right here.
Two titans of a roster.
Yes. So we're going to see the Roaring Moon Torkoal, Clodsire, Tauros Paldea Water, Iron Treads, and Armarouge versus Moltres Galar, Jirachi, that's what he's called, Crocodile, Alolan Ninetales, Infernape, and Dragapult. So, let's jump right in here. No music. as always. Iron Treads is going to open this battle up against Infernape. That's not the start you want to have if you're Supernova. Going to bring in the Tauros, which is going to get off the Intimidate. And the Flamethrower fires out.
I'm assuming this Tauros, Supernova was predicting a physical Infernape.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Possibly. Nova said, that's spoiler for later. I'll talk about that later. I'm going to keep that comment in my mind. We're going to see the Alolan Ninetales swap in, and the Clodsire, and then he's going to swap back into the Iron Treads and the Baton Pass. And there's a lot of swapping that happens in this match. This match is a little bit longer. Hydro Pump into Iron Head is interesting. I'm going to slow it down just a little bit. He brings in the Clodsire and takes a Hydro Pump. He decides not to run Water Absorb. He runs Unaware instead, which I don't think it's a bad idea, especially because if Crocodile starts racking up some kills with Moxie, or if Moltres Galar gets a Berserk up or whatnot, or if Alolan Ninetales setups Aurora Veil, I think Unaware makes sense. Which is unfortunate. Then he's going to take 35% from Hydro Pump from LeBron James over here, I guess. He's going to U-turn on out and go into Moltres Galar, and this thing's going to start to put in some work. Get the T-Spikes up, which is great. The Snow is gone, which is great for him. You go into Treads, and you get taunted. It's not the worst. You can just Volt Switch on out of there. That's fine. Roaring Moon comes in, and it takes a Fiery Wrath, which does 15%, which is great. I think both of them are playing this very well right now. They're playing very cautiously, very conservatively.
I think if that Moltres was weakness policy, that could have been really scary.
Moltres Galar? Well, he can only be Berserk. Oh, if he was weakness policy, I thought he said weak armor.
Yeah. No, if he was weakness policy.
So we're going to see a Vacuum Wave activated by Choppleberry here to take 36% onto Roaring Moon, and an Iron Head does 62 back, plus Poison. So this thing is not doing too hot right now.
Nah, this Roaring Moon just got absolutely walled.
Yeah, I think this is a great set from TJ Tanner to bring, because he has the Intimidate users, and you don't want to bring the Intimidate users and a physical mon. So he brings the right set with the special. I think the special is Vacuum Wave shadow buffed and base power from Terrifying. It would be buffed from the fighting type, yes. So it does get that fighting type buff. So instead of using Mach Punch, he just gets to use Vacuum Wave, which is great for Infernape to get both. Hey, Outlaw. So we're just gonna see a bunch of damage here. First kill of the match goes to Moltres Galar, who's gonna pick up a kill on Tauros.
The Tauros, yeah.
Yep. He's gonna activate Berserk, which isn't great for anybody except for TJ. And he's gonna get the U-turn off, which kind of stinks that now he's got to swap. But it all works out.
Brings in the flinch god himself, Jirachi.
Yeah, Flinch God taking 81% from a Flamethrower is definitely not in the cards for him. He's gonna do a resisted. That's one of my favorite plays from this match. He's gonna take a resisted Flamethrower with Dragapult, and the Wish is gonna come through from Jirachi.
That was huge.
That's huge to keep Dragapult alive as long as possible. Clodsire is going to come in and absolutely eat a Shadow Ball. Super cool. And then a Dragon Dart is going to take him out, which is unfortunate. I think Clodsire, he still needed Clodsire a little bit for this match. Torkoal's going to come out and set up the Sun, though. Pasho Berry plus Sun means it does 20% from Hydro Pump. You're going to get off the yawn, going to force it out. He's going to U-turn out of there, which is going to do 7%. He's going to go back into Moltres, who takes the Lava Plume for the death. I'm going to believe that was a sack as opposed to anything.
I don't think he would have brought in any other Mon in that situation.
No, there's no one that he else could have brought in, except for this guy. He could have sacked this guy.
I think if he was to have sacked Infinite with like just using like Vacuum Wave or something, I think that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
I think the Moltres Galar could have been used against the Armarouge, for sure.
Yep. I think so.
Which I think this is where the downfall sort of came.
Yeah, this is where everything kind of goes south for TJ. His Infernape is going to miss the Focus Blast. Again, another reason why I don't go for these 70% accuracy moves. Just another case study. He's going to die to the poison, which was going to happen on this turn regardless of the outcome.
I still think he should have gone Vacuum Wave.
Why did he get poisoned? He's Toxicorp. That's right. I was like, what? There's no spikes down. I forgot about that. Energy Ball is going to do so much damage. And Knockoff is not going to do that much back. Weak Armor is going to raise all of his stats. That wasn't...
Yep, and here's the reverse.
And here's where it happens. Oh, Vacuum Wave's not buffed by Terra Fighting? That's weird. So the snow's going to set back up. At this point, I think you're just watching stuff die.
Yeah.
So it's an unfortunate loss for TJ. He's going to see Armarouge get a... Oh, what was it? A 4-0.
Very nice reverse sweep.
Very, very nice reverse 4-0 sweep. It all worked out for Nova in the end. Even with the snow, Nova still played that well. Arma is very good, especially when you get up that weak armor. So he had weak armor and weakness policy stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, that was a good play. Yep. I think, especially from the last game where the Ceruledge didn't have weakness policy.
Mm-hmm.
I think if the Ceruledge had weakness policy, they could have also won the game.
Yep. Yeah, Sargapulse on Dragapult. It's hard to prep for something like this, like weakness policy, weak armor. I feel like isn't all that common. So I feel like someone would do both.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It could end up as a reverse.
I don't know if Nova had a different way to play that. I think Nova played pretty cleanly and just got unfortunate timing sometimes. I think the only other way that he manages to squeak this out is if Moltres doesn't get down in health so early.
Yeah.
And if Crocodile didn't take 30 on that first turn. The other way. I think he probably should have just gone for... Instead of the knockoff, he should have gone for whatever other stab move he had that did more damage.
I think Earthquake would have probably done more.
Yeah. However, if he calced that and it didn't kill, and he knew this thing had weakness or weak armor, then it would make sense to me to not want to swap there.
Yeah.
EQ wouldn't have done... Oh, that's true, because actually EQ probably would have done less. Oh,
that's true.
You know what? No, it would have done almost the exact same, because Knock is 97.5, EQ is 100. That's correct, Magnus. Thank you. It wouldn't have made a difference either way. So, all right.
Yeah, very good matchup from the two.
Yeah. So let's talk about Trout 207 versus Blue Fusion. This is a interesting match because I think that Trout plays this very well for the first 70% of it, and then the wheels just fall off the bus.
Yeah, I think that's what's happened a lot this week, though.
Yeah. So we're going to see a team of Braviary, Hisui, Toxapex, Annihilate, Corviknight, Mousehold, and Hoopa coming out here. And on the other side, we're going to see Electrode, Hisui, my least favorite Pokemon in draft. Zoroark, Hisui, Salamence, Great Tusk, Iron Moth, and Enamorus. I think Electrode is a waste of a draft slot, personally. I think that Pokemon stinks. Even though it's base 150 speed, I don't like it. So we're gonna see
doesn't really do much.
So we're gonna see the Toxapex, Annihilate, Corviknight core come out strong to open up the season here. It's a core that I really like defensively because they cover each other's weaknesses really well. We're gonna see the U-turn come out, which is gonna do 2% from Great Tusk into Corviknight, and Salamence comes out from that. Oh my goodness. Toxapex comes out, Dragon Dance. You know what it does. He's going to try and set up 2 Dragon Dances, and we're going to set up a sub. Or Trout will set up a sub, not we. I didn't battle this. The Earthquake.
The fact he had sub Toxapex just makes me so triggered.
Yeah, right? Right? Oh my. So when I prepped for this as well with him, I was like, are you really bringing sub Toxapex?
That's so gross.
Oh, I hate it. Yeah, so, okay, well, I have to address the audience here. So, Crit Cap, it always did well in prep, and then when it got to the battle, it would just die in one shot from anything. A light breeze takes out Electrode. So, Trout's going to do this thing where he switches back and forth predicting moves, and it's something that he does really, really well. We're going to see him swap right back into Toxapex now, and he goes for a Terra Fire Terra Blast. That's a really good move. Is that Electrode's fault? Yeah, it is his fault, because he can't set up a screen or Volt Switch and do anything. So Electrode's here, right?
I was going to say, Electrode is just sort of like Volt Switch, Boom, and maybe Chloroblast, but other than that, it's just kind of there.
Wow, Thunder did 54%. I hate this mon so much. I'm gonna talk crap on this mon until the cows come home. Wow, look at that! Woo! That's what it does every time, Crit Cap. Every time you see, like, I think this is a good set right now, and then you die. Like Thunder from it, Protect, yeah, but sure, but Hyperspace Fury. Actually, I did tell him to put that on this thing. He had a special set here, and I told him no, Hyperspace Fury, it breaks through Protect, you will like it. And he was like, okay. And good to see that actually came in clutch here. He's gonna go back into the Toxapex to eat a Play Rough. Very smart. And he's gonna take an Earth Power. That's the first mistake that he makes. I wouldn't even call it a mistake though, but now he's gotten his sub back up. Sub-Toxic, Lethal Bunker. He's still got his lefties, or his Black Sludge, I should say. He's gonna get his HP back on Black Sludge.
I still think he could have switched to Corv, but
did Pex have Haze? I don't believe he had Haze. I think he had one attacking move. I think it was Scald. That he had. He's gonna Toxic the Great Tusk here, which is great. Tusk, and he's gonna lose his sub.
I'm surprised he stayed in. Yeah. He could have gone Corv.
I'm really shocked that Kyle stayed in as long as he did here. And now he's going to trick him again into another Earthquake. So he's going to play this really well for the first half. Never's going to come back out and is going to eat an Esper Wing. I remember it takes Esper Wing here. He is going to get the Speed Rise, which is guaranteed. Air Slash is going to come out. And Mystical Fire is going to do not that much. So he's still playing well. He still has most of his HP on most of his Pokemon, except for Hoopa and Toxapex, which are both at half. Corv's going to come in, and he's going to take a Play Rough, so he's going to play this well. I'm not certain if he was Assault Vest. He's going to get up a Bulk Up, which is smart, but a Mystical Fire is just going to do too much. The mirror armor is gonna switch that over to him, so that's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool set. I like mirror armor a lot. On,
I think it's.
him.
I think with like, especially with all the Corv sets, I think it's really
It's really what? Is it underrated?
it's really underrated. Yeah.
Yeah. And Corv's gonna pick up a huge Brave Bird there after the rocks get up. The thing with this match is I don't know what the play is that he loses this. It might be this play right here, however. He's going to take a Fiery Dance from this thing. He probably should have anticipated that.
This thing is too fast to really try and do anything on. I think maybe the switch was Toxapex, but...
Yeah, on that turn you have to go into Toxapex to take that Fiery Dance.
Yeah.
Because this is the problem that I
losing
had.
the Corv right now is just awful.
Yeah, this is the problem that I had with Corviknight was I always thought that its defenses were better than they are. He's very defensive and very good defensively, but I was always just like, he can eat a fire type move. He can't. No one can. He can't do it.
Yeah.
And now we're going to see the first of many Fiery Dance boosts. So he's going to get that special attack up once. Toxapex comes out, and we're going to see an Energy Ball, which is going to do a decent amount of damage. And Hydro Pump is going to come out and do just under 50.
He's Hydro, god damn.
So he does pick up the Hydro Pump, which I was very impressed that he actually hit it. Gets up a
I'm
Baneful
surprised he didn't
Bunker.
go with like the liquidation set.
Yeah, I think we decided to go Psychic or not, to go Special for some reason. I forget what that reason was. 2 Fiery Dance hits, 2 boosts. He goes for
He
goes for Toxic.
He forgot it was a poison one.
He forgot it was a poison type. That was the problem. So he doesn't get that off, which is unfortunate. I'm still holding my fingers up, by the way. For 2. Energy Ball, he protects from Energy Ball on Baneful Bunker. At this point, if he was Regenerator, I forget if he was Regenerator or not. If he was Regenerator, he should have switched out right before this, after he Baneful Bunkered.
Yeah.
He doesn't look poisoned, to be fair. But yeah, but Kyle could also just hold his mouse over it and see.
He could have just swapped into Braviary.
Yeah. So he's gonna lose Annihilate here, which really, really stinks. And now he's gonna go into Annihilate and take a Dazzling Gleam.
Ooh.
A +2.
That's rough.
Hoopa's gonna come out and he's gonna get Fiery Danced for the 3rd one.
Oh my.
Mousehold comes out, gets Fiery Danced,
There's the 4th.
doesn't get it,
Oh.
and then Bug Buzz.
Oh, no. That's so painful.
Yeah, it's a tough way to lose a 4-0. I think that
Hacks leader so far. We've got a new Hacks leader, boys.
yeah. So congratulations to Iron Moth. He's also second on the kills leaderboard, I believe. Yes, he's second on kills leader. You can see
That's
right
crazy.
here, with 21 trophies and a +6 differential. The Hacks god as of this moment is Iron Moth.
Oh, yeah.
So let's come on back over here. That's an unfortunate loss for Trout. Trout played it really well, and then Iron Moth got off the one Fiery Dance into Corviknight, and from there it was over.
Yeah, I don't think he could have done much after the 2nd Fiery Dance that got the boost.
Because even if he swaps into Toxapex, right, the Fiery Dance is going to hit, and it's still going to get that +1. And now Toxapex still has to deal with it at +1.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate.
I think if he went physical, liquidation, Toxapex, he might have been able to kill it.
I think so too. In retrospect, I probably should have had him do that instead, but we decided to go for that. In the moment, it felt right. It always does when you're prepping. It feels like, oh, this is the thing that we should do right now. You win some, you lose some. He plays me next week, so it's going to be a terrible match. It's going to stink. It'll be very tightly contested because the thing about Trout, right, is that I've known him for, at this point, 7 years. The only game I can beat him in is Mario Kart.
Oh my god.
Every time we play Pokemon, I always get out to like a 4-2 lead, and then I lose it somehow. So that's unfortunate for me. I guess I have to just get good and cope. So, next battle, we have Protomen versus Cool Kicker.
This was the battle we were both looking forward to.
We were looking forward to this one a lot. And it ended up not being as awesome as we hoped.
Yeah.
So we're going to see, on the first turn, we're going to see some Stealth Rocks get set up and a Will-O-Wisp onto Empoleon. Empoleon was Utility Umbrella? Is that the one that protects you from weather?
Yeah, that's the one that protects you from weather. I think he was
the effects of rain and sunlight. Okay, I see.
Yeah,
I see. Okay, that's a cool little tech. It's a cool little tech. Yeah. Okay, so that would prevent him from taking the extra boosted damage from fire. Okay, I see that. Yeah. Yeah. All right, I'm with it. We're gonna see the knockoff do a solid 3 damage into this poison and fairy type beast over here. He goes for a pain split, which I don't understand why the pain split this early into the match.
I think Protoman was expecting like maybe a Scald or something coming into.
That's possible.
That's possible. Let's have a look at the flip turn switch, shall we? See what he swaps into.
He goes into into Skeledirge and takes the flamethrower. And
Absolutely
he's going to swap out into Ninetales. Now, I don't understand this, because now you've just set up the sun for Torch Song. And he's going to get the sub.
I think Protoman didn't bring a spinner or anything or he brought, I don't think he even brought Defog. But, yeah, Rocks gave him a big problem this week, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the Torch Song there is going to do 28% of your health, which is not great.
And he gets a guaranteed special attack buff as well.
And he's going to get encored into using Torch Song, and he gets the raise again. Which...
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
It's just, I
don't know if the encore play was right there.
No. Off the bat, this is not going well for him. He's going to get another boost. Because his Torch Song is every turn, correct?
Yes.
Every time you use it, it goes up 1. So he's going to switch out the Skeledirge, actually. And go back into Empoleon.
Ooh, that ace hit, goddamn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Roost from... Roost on Empoleon is always, like, a move that I'm like, yeah, use that move. That's a good move.
Use it. Make sure to use it. We see the flip tongue come out here from
because
Empoleon.
I always
back
forget
into Skelly.
Yep, Skelly's going to set up another sub, and he's going to pain split again, which is going to fail because of the sub. And he's going to start setting up his Torch Songs again behind a substitute. I believe from here it's just over.
Yeah, I think he just
I think he loses on
Terra Fairy.
Turns. Yeah, go figure. Sub and setup is good. I wonder where we've seen that before, Magnus. Draco is going to fade. I feel like he had better options there than going for Draco.
Yeah.
Especially because this hasn't Terra'd yet. He could have gone for Hydro Steam or whatever that...
Hydro. Yeah.
Whatever that move is. Yeah, you and Cool played almost identical games. And did you guys prep together too? The Stomping Tantrum comes out. That's pretty sweet. And here comes the Terra Fairy. Oh yeah, Unaware does ignore the special attack drop.
That Sucker Punch actually did quite a bit of damage, all things considered.
It did. 23% into this thing is crazy, especially because it's fairy type. I've always kind of like disregarded Brute Bond as being like the lamest of all of the dudes, but he's a solid mon.
I don't think it is like the lamest of them all. I mean,
which one's the worst?
I would say, I don't know. I want to say Treads, but at the same time, like it's a good mon.
Is it Iron Thorns? Maybe.
Oh yeah, that thing sucks. That thing's
terrible.
I think we can't put Brute Bonnet in that category. I mean, I don't.
He's just a Moongus, right? So
yeah,
he has this like 20 turn standoff with Brute Bonnet and Skeledirge. Oh, Jugulus isn't great either. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I like how both of I like how the worst ones were actually the iron ones.
Well, that's because Pokemon Scarlet on top. Freddy Fazbear.
Freddy Fazbear's coming in.
Or. Yeah, this match is not going to go well for Protoman. He's going to die to the rocks. So technically, Skeledirge does not get a 6-0 because Empoleon picks up the rocks kill. So Empoleon steals the kills leaderboard from Skeledirge.
That's unfortunate.
Skeledirge is currently sitting at 5th with 17 trophies. So if he had picked up that 6th kill on the Ninetales, he would have 18 or 19 trophy points and would currently be in 3rd instead of Torterra.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. I think Proto still has a very good team. I think that he probably maybe wanted to... his team is kind of... I don't want to call him slow, but like very average speed.
Yeah, he's got quite the amount of beef in his team.
Yeah, so it's hard to like say that he should have brought... what's that move? Trick Room. It's hard to say he should have brought Trick Room. Because these guys are so neutral in terms of speed. This was a tough battle for him. I
think him coming up against the unaware Skeledirge early wasn't really a good matchup for him.
No. Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on. We'll talk about you last. Let's go into Octopus and Outlaw. Talk about you last. We'll open with me and end with you. So, Octopus and the Montana Mamoswines bring the water team we were expecting them to bring, plus Hattrem, which is interesting.
I thought the Hattrem pick was pretty cool. I'm surprised they brought Gligar as well, but...
Yeah, so he brings Pelipper and Palafin and Basculegion Female and Iron Hands, which is all great. Gligar and Hattrem are also here. These two being here is definitely interesting. I don't know if looking at his team he has any better options to bring here. I mean, he could have brought like Bisharp. He could have brought oh no, he didn't bring Bisharp. He had Scizor. No. Yeah, no, he could have brought Bisharp. Could have brought Zapdos. I think probably has a pretty good day here, but I don't know. Let's just check it out. Let's jump right in.
There wasn't really much like physical bulk with this team. It was just more like Iron Hands was the physical bulk, and that was it.
Yeah, that's probably why. So we're gonna open up with the shiny Gligar versus the Vikavolt. Oh, I didn't talk about what he's Outlaw's got. Outlaw's got Vikavolt, Cryogonal, Urshifu, Rapid, Landorus, Thwackey, and Torterra. Wait. What?
No, it's how Showdown do the thing. I don't know why they do it like that.
Outlaw, did you not bring Urshifu Rapid? This should be Urshifu Rapid.
I think he did bring Rapid.
No. This is Single Strike.
Yeah, but whenever you load up into a game, it never actually tells you if it's Rapid. And it just says Urshifu with the asterisk.
Oh, that's so weird. So because he's supposed to be
Yeah,
fighting in water
weird.
type. He's supposed to be fighting in water type. You can't see it? That's dumb. I don't like that. Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's the same with in game. Like you can't tell which one you're gonna fight.
Oh. I don't like that. Oh well. I wish that they would change that. So we have sticky webs coming out here, which is probably the reason why this thing is here in the first place. We're gonna switch back and forth. We're gonna start to see some. I gotta put it on slow. Some heavy.
U-turn coming out, and Pelippo's coming back in.
Yeah, we're lots of switching back and forth to start off this game. Trying to bait the freeze dry probably to see if you can get it. I think if I was him, I probably would have opened with Palafin.
Yeah.
Just so that you can swap it out and
something.
immediately get it into hero mode.
Yeah.
But I understand getting the Pelipper. But now he's kind of like, he's looking for his way to get in. And now Thwacky's just going to set up the grassy terrain for Torterra to come on in right now. That's a lot of things activating at once. Booster energy, attack goes up, sticky web, speed goes down. Knockoff.
Sticky webs really ruined him this game.
The sticky webs made it really hard for him. So we're going to see Ice Punch come out, which is cool. He misses a Leech Seed, which I didn't know could happen.
I think it's 90% accurate, but I could be wrong.
Is it really?
I think so.
I feel like I've never missed it when I play in game.
I'm like 90% sure it's 90% accurate.
Yeah. So the Trick Room ends, and the grassy terrain ends. And I've just got rain for one more turn. Go back into Hatchram. Take the speed loss. Yeah, so I don't think he brought a spinner in this match, as far as I'm aware.
No, there wasn't a single spinner.
Or a defog.
He does have access to defog on Pelipper, but he didn't use it.
Yeah. I don't think Pelipper used a move in this, if I'm correct.
Don't think so. Missing that air slash was a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, missing the air slash is unfortunate into hands. Pelipper comes in each one just to set it up one more time. I think Octopus just didn't have the output they were looking for in this match.
No, they sort of just lacked, like, there wasn't any sort of way he could, like, open himself up.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Baskia Legion could have done, like, a little bit more. It was just unfortunate that he let it go early.
Yeah. I don't know what Baskia Legion's recovery looks like, but I have to imagine it's not great. He's going to set up the Surge one more time and kill the Thwackey, which allows him to just freely go into... I believe he goes straight into Torterra here.
Surprised he didn't bring Ice Spinner, to be honest.
And he Terra Grasses, and from this point on, I believe it's just 7 more turns. After the Shell Smash with a White Herb.
That Surf did quite a bit, to be fair.
Surf did do a lot. Yeah, but it won't matter because the next 3 turns, Grassy Glide is priority move. And we're just going to see this thing run through a team.
Yay, and I've got this next week.
Yeah, this is the team that you face next week.
Yeah, I've already got an idea, sort of prepped
Headlong
for
Rush.
it. But... Here it is.
Pelipper. That's a good play right there to go into your flying type. You can stall out
Very good
grassy
play.
terrain. Yep. But he's still super strong. Grassy terrain is still going to pick up the kill. He's at +2. I mean, what are you supposed to do in that case?
Yeah.
So now he's going to try and get in his Palafin. And he's going to switch it out into Gligar to get into hero mode. I think he should have done that a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I think he should have done the Palafin like, maybe more near the beginning of the game.
If I were him, I would have saved Pelipper Palafin for the end of the game so that the rain would be up for the entirety of the time that you're here right now. I don't know if you had a better option than Jet Punch.
That still did a crazy amount of damage, though.
Yeah. And Headlong Rush is going to finish.
And then, yep, and there goes Headlong Rush.
It's a tough battle.
I think if Octopus had a little bit of priority, he could have maybe finished off the Torterra.
Yeah,
but it wasn't really in his favor this week, unfortunately.
Like we never even saw Pelipper throw out a move other than come in and set up Drizzle. So
yeah,
Pelipper did his job that he needed to do, but we never even saw.
I was expecting maybe a hurricane coming out at some point, but that never happened.
Yeah. We never saw Urshifu, we never saw Landorus come out. Outlaw played this very well.
Yeah, for sure.
He got in the guy he needed to at the right moment. He let it die on the first turn that he was there, so he could get safely in and maximize his grassy terrain. He played well. He played very well. So
I didn't think Octopus had much he could do about it with the team he selected.
Yeah, once this was set up, I don't think there's really much that anyone could do about it because it's faster than everybody on the field at that point. So, yeah, that's too bad. All right. A slight mistake Octopus made that a lot of newer players make. What would that be? Just switching around on Air Slash.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, let's talk about. I'll let you take the wheel here.
All right. Okay, so I believe I went Mesprit as my lead here.
Oh yeah, so you brought Mesprit, you brought Zapdos, Galar, Milotic, Hydreigon, Mimikyu, and Gudra Hisui, and Aloe brought Chi-Yu, Dugtrio, Slowbro, Galar, Illumise, Espathra, and Mienshao. And this was probably, I think, the best matchup from the entire week. So let's start off. Let's go with really slow for a second. So you lead with Mesprit and take it.
Yeah, I leave him with Mesprit. So he led with Dugtrio, and I was more thinking. I mean, I kind of knew he was going to lead Dugtrio, but I completely forgot that Dugtrio got rocks.
Really?
I was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh, fuck. Like that rocks really ruined me this week.
Mm-hmm.
It was the one mon I was like, does it get rocks? Does it not? And I was like, nah, it doesn't get rocks. Of course it doesn't get rocks. Yep, no, sets up rocks.
Yeah, of course he did.
So I went for a knockoff. Yeah, I was mostly predicting a switch.
Mm-hmm. Getting rid of its sash, which is good.
Yeah, maybe I was kind of expecting maybe Slowbro to come out here. I don't know why. I don't know if it would have expected much else, but I noticed how much Rock Slide barely did anything to me. So I just thought, I might as well just stay in, see what happens.
And Illumise comes out, which is like the weirdest bring of all time, but it gets Prankster, so we can...
It does get Prankster.
Gets Prankster.
It didn't have an item on it, which I thought was weird.
No, it just knocked off the heavy duty boots.
Ah.
So that
Big
73, or sorry, so that 27% was with the boots.
Yeah.
So Gyarados is here.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Gyarados.
Gyarados comes out. He tailwinds. I Terra, and I just go straight for the bulk up.
So
I was kind of hoping he would hard switch, but he didn't. But that's fine with me because I get it for free bulk up.
yeah, so
Now this was the one crucial turn.
Mm-hmm. It's unfortunate that you were forced to use the red card on Illumise, who was U-turning anyways.
Yeah. I didn't know much about what Illumise could do, which was really annoying.
Yeah, I mean, who does,
but
really?
Yeah, he got the quick draw off. He got the ice beam off. It did a bloody ton of damage.
Yeah,
I say.
The quick draw into Ice Beam is really unfortunate for your team, but you know what is more unfortunate is taking a crit acrobatics from a big bird.
Yeah.
So here comes in Lady Gaga. And I'm gonna take a D-Gleam. Tailwind is gone.
My Mesprit was really bulky.
Yeah.
He just sort of started setting up speed boosts on me, which is I thought was okay. I didn't see much harm in it.
Yeah, I mean,
as long as I
he's
didn't
fast
switch to
anyways.
Hydreigon.
Yeah, that's the thing about him, right? He's already fast.
Yeah. Donk.
And this is where I arrived in the battle, because I came in late.
Yeah.
You're still alive,
So,
which is remarkable.
It's still alive, yeah. He somehow got a load of protects off. Cherry Sprite with the clutch right here. Mesprit doing its job. And yeah, here comes the Mian Shao. I probably could have just stayed in here, but I thought, nah.
He's going to U-turn out into his Illumise again. So his Illumise's out. He's going to take a Scald behind a light screen.
Yeah, it did.
He's going to get the burn.
13%.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, 13% into it is not a crazy good amount.
No. I didn't really invest much into special attack.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought, I mean, if I'm going to do anything, I might as well just invest in my bulk.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's the Chiyu. I probably could have gone for rest here, but I thought, let's go for another Scald, see what happens.
And then you swap out into Mesprit to let it die. To see what.
Yeah.
Now, was that just to get rid of Mesprit or to see what he wanted to do?
Let's see what he wanted to do.
Sack it onto the
Heat
rocks.
Wave.
Sack it onto the rocks, too.
Yeah.
Did I attribute a kill to Doug Trio? Did I do that? I did. Okay. All right. Just want to make sure that I did.
I think, was it here that I brought the Mimikyu in?
Yes, you did. Brought the Mimikyu in right here. Illumise switches in.
This is where I set up the SD. It had to happen.
You actually play rough first.
Play roughed.
You just straight up play roughed into Illumise to prevent it from getting up his other screen, right?
Yeah.
And now the screen's gone, and the tailwind's gone, and now Mimikyu gets to be Mimikyu, which is always fun. Yep. Everyone loves that.
Oh yeah.
Swords Dance.
Disguise.
And Shadow Sneak.
SD.
Mimikyu is such a good Pokemon.
It is.
It's really, really good.
I mean, you could even see it in when he goes to Chiyu in about 2 seconds.
Yep, and you're gonna pick up the kill on Mimikyu, or with Mimikyu on Chiyu.
Yeah, big KO.
Now, Fatalis,
Yeah.
we're sitting here. Why don't you tell me what's your plan at this exact moment?
I was just right. Okay, so if I'm completely honest, I was not expecting Stone Edge to come out, yet alone him hitting it. And I probably could have just gone Shadow Sneak and see how much he would have done.
I
But
probably
I
would
was
have
like,
done that. What move did you
yeah. I was
click
like,
there?
I clicked Play Rough.
Okay, into the Terra Bug.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I sort of wanted to test how much speed this thing had, so I think I went into, was it Gyarados I went into next?
No.
No?
Oh my goodness.
Milo, okay.
Yeah.
And then he used High Jump Kick, and I was like, oh dear God,
and-
this thing could destroy me.
Yeah. So now he starts just picking up some massive kills.
Yeah.
Gonna get the high jump kick twice in a row.
And, yep, twice in a row. There it
Gyarados
is.
comes out. He's at 4. And he's gonna U-turn.
I was kind of hoping he would go for another High Jump Kick, but he went U-turn instead.
Mm-hmm. Now, is he faster than Gyarados?
Yes, he was, yeah.
Yes. Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't realize that he was faster.
Yeah. My Gyarados was exactly 300 speed, just so I'm 1 point faster than Chi-Yu.
Okay. So
This was where I was like, oh, shoot.
So now we're sitting here. It's gone from being a 5-1 to a 1-1. What's the plan here?
I was like, right, I need to calc how much High Jump Kick does to this thing. And,
Yeah.
right, so the thing was, I think it did like 60 to 80,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. I was like, all right, I somehow need to get off an Acid Armor to even stand a chance.
Okay.
And then this happened.
He misses the high jump kick on the same turn that you go for the acid armor.
I celebrated. I celebrated.
Yes. And you calced this for a while. You can see how many messages we put in the chat in that time.
I didn't know if I should have just risked the acid armor and see what happens.
No.
But it worked out in my favor. We live a high jump kick and we take it out with D-Pulse.
I want to watch this one more time. Because were you already... Okay, you weren't already... I don't know why my eyes keep tricking me to say that you were already pretty low. You were at full. It's the first time we saw you. Okay, yeah. My eyes just tricked me. They were like, he was at half too. I was like, what? And for the closest match of the week, congratulations on picking up the final kill onto Mianshao. So
yeah, I didn't want to go Draco Media just in case it missed.
Yep. Yeah, that makes sense. Because if you go Draco and you miss there, then all of a sudden you're gonna lose.
Then I'll sit there and cry.
Yeah. You didn't lose the 5-0. You lost most of it. You lost most of it, but you didn't lose.
No. I was kind of hoping Stone Edge would miss, but it didn't, and it ruined me.
Yep. Well, you gambled on that 70% move, which most of the time misses, most of the time sometimes is not. So, you know how it goes. But
yeah. A dub's a dub at the end of the day. I know Aloe was very much looking forward to that match with me.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I know he was.
I'm just glad I gave him the match he wanted.
So, after 1 week of battles, here's where we currently stand on the kills and trophies board. Manaphy currently sits at the top with 6 kills, 0 deaths, and 22 trophies after the butt kicking that I received. Iron Moth, 6 kills, 0 deaths, 21 trophies as 6. So me and my best friend, we're not doing too hot so far. And then Oh, wait, hold on. Why does Torterra have this kill? Torterra shouldn't have 5 kills. Didn't
They
I say
have,
that?
like, 4.
Didn't I say that? Oh, no, Empoleon gets the kill, not Skeledirge. Torterra does get
Yeah,
the kill.
no. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I wasn't wrong. So Torterra is in 3rd place, 6 kills, 0 deaths, 17 trophies. Coming in right after that is Skeledirge at 5 kills, 17 trophies. Armarouge at 4 kills, 17 trophies. Weavile at 4 kills, 17 trophies. Mienshao, 4 kills, 1 death, 14 trophies. Mimikyu at 3 and 1 with 9. Mamoswine at 2 kills, 0 deaths, and 9 trophies. And Rotom Wash at 2 and 7. So
I think a lot of this top 10 could change in the next coming weeks.
Oh, 100%.
For sure.
I mean, this is not going to stay constant for the entire season. Things are going to change.
Nah.
Like I find it hard to believe that I will not pick up a single kill.
Yeah, I saw like your team, and I was just like, why didn't you bring Garg?
Yeah. I also I think that it's like Landorus is going to grab a kill at some point.
Yeah.
He didn't even come into the match this week. Urshifu didn't even come into the match this week. He was there, but he didn't come. So
Yeah, I'm surprised any of the Ogerpons didn't get any kills.
yeah, that was crazy. The Ogrepons both came, and neither of them picked up a kill. They got carried by their other teams.
I don't even think I don't think CritCap even brought his one out.
Did he? I mean, we can go back and we can
did.
check. I don't remember if he did. Here he is.
I know Justin brought his out because his got KO'd, but
yeah.
I don't remember.
Oh, you know what? No,
CritCap.
we saw Hermit Purple, the Ogrepon. We saw it use one knockoff, and then it switched it back out. So that's all we saw.
What a Chad.
Where was it? Right here. Turn 15. Let's go to we can watch all the super hot. Ah, there it is. Oh, he got a kill. He got 1 kill. He picked up the kill with on Glamora with knockoff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Or not Glamora, on Tesseralize with knockoff. So he got a kill. Oh, I didn't switch it over. We'll show it again.
What would you say was the surprise, in the top 10?
The surprise in the top 10. Let's switch back over to that. I think that I think that Armarouge and Weavile's come from behind wins are the most impressive ones that we saw this weekend.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think. I thought Iron Moth was going to do good into Trout's team. I didn't think it was 6 kills good. Mimikyu picking up 3 was crazy. I didn't think while watching the match that Rotom even got 2 kills, but it got 2. I think I'm surprised that Dugtrio got 1. Who else?
Yeah, that also a little bit shocked me.
Yeah. Dugtrio is... Torkoal picking up a kill is always a shock. You never expect Torkoal to get kills. So, where we currently stand, there's 100 and something Pokemon in here. There's a lot down here, like Seattle and Detroit, that have 0 and 1s with negative differentials. That's where we all are down here. The barrel scrapers that us 6 and 0s are.
Burial ground.
Yeah, but currently the standings, these first 3 are just in a tie for first place. There's no way to differentiate between these 3 at this point unless I started counting up trophies. But Cool Kicker, Denhag, Darumaka are in first place as it currently stands. The New England Patriots are in second, and Coach CritCap and the Stroman Staraptors are in third. Alabama Fralligators in fourth, Blue Fusion. And then it is, for the rest of the playoff hunt right now, the other winners, which were the One Outlaw and the Ottawa Senatoros, his brother Supernova and the Hamilton Boltons, Farrell and Aston Vivillon, and Fataliss and Southeastern Quagsires. Everyone else still in the playoff hunt. No one's out of it yet. We're only 1 week into these 7 weeks. So
Got quite a few matchups coming up this week, haven't we?
We have quite a few matchups coming up this week. Let's take a look at some of these matchups real quick. Oops, schedule right here. So if we take a look at week number 2, Seattle Salamences and Protomen take on Spice Coast and the Seattle Sweetcoons. The Detroit Cobalions, my team. Where's my face cam? Haha, there it is. My team, these Detroit Cobalions take on my college roommate and best friend, Trout 207 and the Philadelphia Beautiflyers. You, Fatalis, are taking on Outlaw and the Ottawa Senatoros. HardCap takes on the Strowman Staraptors, so I'm going to have to help him prep for that one so we can hopefully avoid another 6-0 sweep and let Manaphy run away with kills leader.
Oh, please no. We don't need to see that again.
Yeah. Tanner and the LA Nido Kings are taking on Octopus and the Montana Mammoth Swines. Farrell is taking on Justin. So Aston Vivillon versus Montana State Snover. And the Blue Fusion and the Alabama for Alligators are taking on Supernova and the Hamilton Boltons. And finally, the Boston Red Fox, coached by Allosaurus, are taking on the Den Haag Daramaka and Coach Cool Kicker. So, we will be back with another edition of this next week. Probably on Sunday, but we'll make a post about that when we know exactly a date and time that we'll be doing it. So thank you everyone for joining us today. If you haven't already, please do leave a like on the stream, or if you're watching this afterwards on the video, we really do appreciate it. For everyone who stopped by today, thank you so much for checking out week 1 of the FPL. My name is Ethan. This is my buddy Fatalis, the co-commissioners of the FPL. He's the head commissioner. I'm the co-commissioner. And we will see you guys next week for the next recap. So, that being said,
Bye-bye.
peace.
Bye-bye.